Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, welcome to Student Hour with Carlos. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Student Hour with Carlos. Welcome to Student Hour with Carlos. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Student Hour with Carlos. Welcome to Student Hour with Carlos. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Student Hour with Carlos. If this is your first time of joining Student Hour with Carlos, you are highly welcome. Welcome to Student Hour with Carlos. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Student Hour with Carlos. You are welcome to Student Hour with Carlos. And in Student Hour with Carlos, we focus on four major things. As you know, you are welcome to another episode of Student Hour with Carlos, and we video on four different things. Focus on four different things. What are they? To learn, to connect, to ask questions, and stay motivated for academic excellence. There are four focus in our student hour with Carlos. To learn, ask questions, and stay motivated for academic excellence. As you are doing this, share to your friends that also need this. Share to your friends that also need this. As you are doing this live, share to your friends that also need this. If it is the first time attending student hour with Carlos, you are highly welcome. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so that you can join us every week on our student hour with Carlos. Welcome student hour with Carlos. Welcome student hour with Carlos. So on this new episode, based on our last section, we talked about balancing school life and pressure. We discussed balancing school life and pressure. And for people that join, for people that are able to watch the replay, I'm very sorry we have some technical issues on that on YouTube to upload the school life. That's always good to attend the live. So that if there's any technical issues, you will not be a victim of that. And you also need to be played and you have not subscribed, or this is the first time of you watching student hours with Carlos, ensure you subscribe, turn on notifications, and you have not joined Student Success Hub. Please ensure you join Student Success Hub. So today we're going to have a very interactive section where we'll be talking about the hidden mistake killing your age. So before we move into today's discussion, let me just do a revision on or summary of what we discussed last week in 2 minutes. Last week we talked about sorry for the network issues we are back. So I was talking about the last week discussion. We talked about the how to balance school life and pressure. And our point, the first point we talked about was prioritize the important task. What do you mean by prioritizing the important task? That means that in school or as a student, you have a lot of activity. And how do you do about that? You have to prioritize the important task. You consider every task and look at which one is important. This one is important than this. students. So you look at different tasks you have, then you prioritize what this one is the most important thing. And anything that I'm going to do, that's going to affect this guy, I will not do or I will cut it off. So very about prioritizing important tasks. Number two, connect with others. Go and watch the last video. Connect with others. Another point we talked about is number three, we talked about learn how to say no. Learn how to say no. Learn how to say it's very important. Don't just be involved in every activity. There are some activities you have to just skip or neglect for you to balance all your work, all the school, the pressure and what and your life. So, but today we are exposing the easy, we are exposing the easy mistake that steals your aim. We are exposing the stealing mistake. Can you all hear me? Can you all hear me? Please, can you all hear me? We are exposing the stealing mistake that steals your aim. Now, look at this. I want us to give me a response on this particular situation. Give me a response on this particular situation. Have you ever explained before? You study theory, and at the end, even though you did not get that result, that is, you're even expecting to say that oh, this course is very slow, very, but at the end, you did not get that. We have explained that just type yes in the comment section. Type yes. And who have explained that before? We have explained that you study theory, then I think that this course I will get it. But unfortunately, you did not get it. If you have explained that before, type yes in the comment section. Then I'm expecting you to respond. You have explained the situation whereby you are expecting that I will get it. I will get in this course. But to your surprise, you got what? You got B or you got C. You have explained that, type that in the what? In the comment section. Okay? Okay. Now, in this kind of situation, what happens is that not that I want to say, but there are just this hidden mistakes are the one that make that cause this situation of preparing very hard, expecting a being courageous or being started of that age, but you are not getting it. Is this hidden mistake? Is it clear now? Can you hear me clear now? Okay, so let's move on. The hidden mistake one, the hidden mistake one, take note of this one. The hidden mistake one, take note of this point. Okay. Is this better now? Can you all hear me now? Is this better? Is this better? Can you all hear me now? Okay. The first point is not caring about your test scores. Not caring about your test scores. That is the first hidden mistake. How do you go about this? Having A does not just depend on oh I want to have 50/60 in exam. It's not just a factor of only your exam. Your tests are very important. You see that
Most times, if you have to have in for the total result, you have your test scores over 30 or over 40, and you have your exam score over 70 or what, or over 60. So A does not depend only on the exam. It depends on both the exam and the test. So one mistake is that most people don't care about the test. They say, okay, well, I'll do the test anyhow, but exam, I'll kill it. So that's not how it works. You have to take your test very seriously. You have to take your test very seriously. It's very important. When you have your exam, make sure that you have about 100% in test. If the test is 30, ensure you have like 25, 26, 28 in your test. If the test is over 40, ensure you have like 35, 36, 34 in your what? In your test. That score will boost the what? The overall results. That test score will boost the overall results. Another way that when you notice that test, in your test, you did not have good results. Now you have to get prepared and say that you have to double your what? You have to double your strength and double your preparation that, oh, see, I have like 18 over 30 in test. I need to make sure I get 60 in exam. I need to make sure I get 20 in exam. So one mistake you should avoid is just not taking care or not being conscious of your test score. You have to be conscious of your test score. You have to ensure that you have very high marks in your tests. And if by situation or by a particular occasion, you now have that good score in your test. So you be aware of that so that you can prepare very hard of your exams. So A does not depend only on what on the exam. You understand? So to avoid this, always be conscious of your test scores. Ensure you have high score in your test scores. If you don't have high score in your test scores, what you should do is that what? You know that you are aware that, oh, my test is not good. So I need to prepare very hard in the exam. I'll give you a situation now. When I was in my final year, no, when I was in my final year first semester, what happened is that there's a course I got I got like 22 in my what 22 over 40 in my test. Rather, I got like 22 over 40 in my test. So I'm not aware that, hey, this test is very bad. So based on my awareness, I double my efforts. I use all my power. I try all my possible best to ensure that I got like 60 in the exam, and that was helped me to get my A. So for you to get A, be conscious of your test scores. Take them very seriously, even though ensure you have high marks. If you don't have high marks, then that awareness will notify you that, oh, you need to prepare very hard for the exam. That is the first mistake. That is the first mistake. Now, number two, number two mistake you have to avoid is having low expectation. Number two mistake you have to avoid is what? Having low expectation. Having low expectation. Now let's do like this. When let me ask this question for me guys. Let me ask this question for me guys. Who have ever explained before that, okay, let me ask this question in this format. If you want to get A in a particular course, which score do you aim? What is your A? What is your A for your score? Like, okay, I want to get A. I'm aiming 70. I'm aiming 30. I'm aiming 80. What if you want to get A in the course? What is your aim? That's the first question I'm asking. What is your what? What is your aim? Most students, most students always make a particular mistake of, oh, I want to get A, my aim is 70. No, it doesn't work that way. You don't say, you have to aim high. If you watch my, if you listen to my voice note I sent on the student success of discussion forum, I talk about aiming high. You have to aim high. So if you want to get A, remember aim is between 70 to 100. Aim between 70 to 100. So you have to aim like 100, 90 something. Why do you have to aim high? Why do you have to aim high? I'll give you the reason why you have to aim high. Because sometimes some people bad result is not due to their unseriousness. Is not due to their unseriousness. Some people bad result is because of one issue during the grading, during the grading of the work of the script by lecturer. So, and how can you avoid that is when you aim high. If you aim 70 and there is issue when grading the results or when grading input script, if the issue is removing 10 marks from everybody mark or removing 15 marks, you will have B, you will have C if you aim 70. But if you aim 100, regardless of any issue that's going to come up during when grading your script or when grading the course, you still turn to A. So the second mistake people do is that they have low expectation. So for you to have B, you have to aim high. If I want A, aim for 100, aim for 100. That is second mistake. Don't aim for 70 because if there's any issue, you will drop to B or you drop to C. But if you aim for 100, then if there's any issue, you still fall back to that 70 range. That is number 2 points. Now, number 3 point. Why what are the hidden mistakes that what that are stealing your what that stealing your ace? Depending only on past question. Depending only on past question. If I read right, share to others that need this topic. Share to them. Number 3 mistake is what? Depending only on past question. If you have been following me so far on this live section or on my content on Instagram, you know that I always emphasize on using past question. Yes, it's important. But you don't you don't depend only on past question. So I will share a story to you. This is my personal story. It's someone's story or a particular department story. In University of Lagos, there is a course related to in CHM. That course is that course is more of past question, more of past question, more of past question. But a set after me during the set they just change the format of the question. They did not ask past question. They did not ask past question now. There's problem. So if you only depend on past question, you will have issue with that course. So as a student, sometimes prepare for past question and prepare for new questions. Prepare for past questions and prepare for new questions. So prepare that okay, in the exam, if they ask me past question, I'm good to go. In the exam, if they ask me new question, I'm good to go. So as a student, avoid that mistake of depending only on past question. Don't depend only on past question. Read past question, read the past question. Yes, that is a particular advantage. One, prepare for a new question like reading the topic, studying the topic generally, studying the examples, the classwork, the assignment, the practice question. Study them. Don't just depend only on past question. People make that mistake. People make that mistake of taking a past question, and when they get exam hall, the lecturer change the format. I've been in a situation where this happen, whereby every year they have been repeating question for the past 10 years. Then that particular set, what they did is that they only depend on past question, and they said to change the format of question. So third mistake you should that still your age is depending only on past question. Don't depend only on past question. Prepare for past question, prepare for new question. I hope we are together. If you see, just use the chat box and type react with a particular emoji. If you are with me, react with a particular emoji. If you are with me, react with a particular emoji. React with a particular emoji. So now, that is third point. The fourth point is making mistakes that what that are still in your age. Making mistakes that are still in your age. The fourth point is not knowing the lecturer perspective. Not knowing the lecturer perspective. Are we together? Not knowing the lecturer perspective. Lecturer perspective is very important. Lecturer perspective is very important. You can't just answer question anyhow based on okay, this is the right answer. Some lecturer expect you to give them details about the question. Some lecturer hate notes. Some lecturer hate notes. Some lecturer you need to give them point out of the word, out of the slide. So you need to know the perspective of the lecturer. Which way, which pattern is the lecturer expecting you to answer question? Is it that this lecturer wants you to what? To give me want notes? This lecturer does not like story. This lecturer like rapport. So you have to know your lecturer. That is the fourth mistake that people do always and still their age, not knowing the lecturer perspective. So the fourth point is what? Not knowing the lecturer perspective. As from today, you have to start knowing the lecturer perspective, taking each course is very important. It's very important. So talk about 4 points of the easy mistake can steal your grace, can steal your ace rather. Making mistake can steal your ace. Number one, not caring about your test. You have to take your test seriously. You have to ensure you have good test. You have to be aware of, oh, this is my level, this test, I'm already, I need to have good mark. Understand? Number two is what? Having low expectation. You have to have high expectation. Aim for 100. Don't aim for 70. Aim for 100. Number three is what? Depending only on past question. Don't just depend only on past question. Depend on past study the past question, prepare for past question, prepare for new question. And the third point is what? Knowing the lecturer perspective. Don't just answer question anyhow. Okay, the divine this and you're just giving your definition the way you feel you should give the definition or the way it is written in style. No. Lecturer have the way they are expecting the student to answer questions. Some like story, some don't like story, some want you to give them more points, some want you to give them only what is their style. So no lecturer perspective. Now point, the fifth hidden mistake that still in your age is what? Not knowing the lecturer skipping some topics. Skipping some topics. If you are watching the replay, if I am not subscribed, ensure you subscribe so that you can have update on this student hour with Carlos every week. So the fifth hidden mistake is what? Skipping some topics. We have explained it before, whereby you have like 8 topics in a course, then you say, oh, I read only 6 topics. You read only 6 topics and you neglect 2 topics. But unfortunately, when you get the exam hall, that two questions, that two topics, you skipped, question was just rolling from that topic. What will you do? You will just be disorganized. What do I want to do? So avoid this mistake of skipping some topic. You have to study all the topics for a particular course, for a particular exam. You don't know where question, where the lecturer, where you are going to, where your exam question to be what will be, where you get the what exam, where the lecturer will get the exam question. You don't know. Some lecturer can just say, okay, I want to ask one question on topic two. I want to ask more question on last topic. So don't ever try to skip a topic, one or two topics. Don't ever try to skip a topic when reading for a particular, when preparing for a particular exam or studying for a particular course. So this affect a lot of students too. I know a lot of people that, oh, let me just read 7 topics and I'm going to leave one alone. Then that one you start seeing question. In the exam hall, you start seeing question from that topic you skipped. It happens to me too. When I was in year two, we did a course which is called organic chemistry. Organic chemistry, we have up to like 15 to 16 topics. I only read the first 12 or first 14, but thank God it was test. In the test, what happened? They started asking questions from the last chapters in the material, and I skipped them. What will you do? So don't ever skip topics. Don't ever skip topics. Point four, hidden mistake that steal your grades. Point four, I say point four, we are in point six rather. Point six, hidden mistake stealing your grades. Relying on your personal knowledge. Relying only on your personal knowledge. This affects some students and just set up as a setback for them to get that A's. Relying only on your personal knowledge. No, it doesn't work this way. It doesn't work that way. What we do is that as a scholar, I ensure to learn from people. It's like you have combining three people knowledge together to form one. It will be very strong. I always ensure to learn from people. And I don't just depend on only your, don't depend only on your personal knowledge. Don't depend on that. Try to like maybe discuss topics with friends, discuss topic with scholars, or you can even be in a study group and do some past questions together because that helps in like they can give you perspective of learning things better. They can even give you they can give you information on what you don't even know about, don't what you don't even know about. So don't depend only on on your personal knowledge. Try to learn with others. I don't say it's important, but it also helps in getting A. You understand? Your personal time matters a lot. Your personal knowledge matters a lot. But don't just depend on one source. Try to learn from others. Oh, what can you say about this? When you discuss with others, they give you, yeah, this short way I already do. How you should grab the short way? You understand? So that is 6 points that was that this is the sixth hidden mistake that stealing your age. This is the sixth hidden mistake that stealing your age. I have 9 points. I have 9 points. Number seven, missing classes. Missing classes. Actually, you see some people they miss class and they still do better. But it's just you. As a scholar, or what I know is that it is not advisable to skip class. It is not advisable to miss class. Why? Let me give you the reason. Attending class have a lot of advantage. When you attend class, you will know the lecturer. When you attend class, during the class, lecturer will drop some exam likely question. If you attend class, lecturer can give you, okay, this is what I'm expecting. Don't do this mistake in the exam. Don't do this in the test. I want you to do it like this. So attending class helps a lot. Try to attend class. Try to attend. It's very important. It's not only about the learning style. Just see, attending class might not be, it might not even be like you are gaining a lot. But little thing you are doing from that exam, it are from the class has an advantage to you get it. When you attend class, you see that oh, you can the lecturer can show I have this question in exam oh, go and read this. In the exam, do this like this. If not like that, I will make it for you. That is advantage of that is the advantage of attending advantages of what of attending class. So third and fifth and seventh mistake, hidden mistake, stealing your ace is missing class. Don't miss class. Try to attend classes. Try to attend classes. Try to attend classes. Now the eighth hidden mistake I'll talk about is what? Is neglecting your speed. Neglecting your speed. Now, I want to ask this question. I want everybody to use this word, the comment section. Have you ever been in an exam whereby the question, you know all the exam question, but you could not finish the exam question due to time? Who have experienced that before? I need people response. Please, I need the response. Who have experienced that situation before whereby in that exam, you know the exam question, but you could not make the exam due to time. Who have experienced that before? If you have experienced that, type yes. If you have experienced that, type yes. Alpha, are you there? DSR, are you there? Are you there? This Babita official, are you there? Who have experienced that before? That you are trying to, you are an exam warrior, and in that situation, you know all the exam questions. But the issue is just that you could not finish that exam question based on time. I know people have experienced that. I've experienced that before. So you have to be conscious of your speed, how fast you can answer exam question. So most times when I'm preparing for exam, after I have knowledge about the whole exam stuff, I try to like give myself time. I need to give myself the time frame for exam. I can say, okay, I want to do this past question, I'll do it within the actual time. So you have to practice based on time. You have to work based on high accuracy and high speed. I always talk about high accuracy and high speed. See, always practice with time. Make sure that oh, I can practice the time. Practice the time. You can give yourself maybe after you have the knowledge, you know the course already. Maybe a day before the exam or 2 days before the exam. Then take that past question and give yourself time. So for not taking oh, I need to increase my speed. Oh, it helps. So don't the take hidden mistake that what that neglect that that stealing your aim is what neglecting your time. You have to be conscious of the time. High accuracy and what and high speed. And the last point I will talk about for what for hidden mistake stealing your aim. The last one talk about is what reading and practicing once. Reading and practicing once. If you are watching the replay, I hope you are taking note of all these points. If you are watching the replay, I hope you are taking note of all these points. Reading and practicing once. There's one mistake people do. When they study a particular topic and you know the topic, they just believe that, oh, I've known this topic already, and that is all. No, that is not how it works. I've been an examiner whereby I've studied the whole thing, but in the exam, even though I know it's very exam, that thing, that knowledge, that information just move away, disappear from my brain. I could not recall. So don't say that you know something and you will not tell that topic again. Don't just read the topic, don't just read it once. Or don't just practice the past question once. Don't just practice the exam question once. Do it repeatedly. Do it repeatedly. Why do you need to practice and read repeatedly? Why? Because when you do it more, you store better. Sometimes people will read and when they get exam hall to write what they have read to be a problem, they won't remember. And the way to get that is what is when you practice more, when you read more. Don't just read once, don't just read the topic once, don't read the side once, don't solve the past question once. Solve it repeatedly. Solve it repeatedly. Even though I know the topic, do it again and again. Even after the past question, solve it again. It's important. So this is the last hidden mistake that's stealing your grades, that's stealing your A's rather, that's stealing your A's. When you practicing and reading once. Don't do that. Practice and read repeatedly. If you have any question on this, start drop your question on the comment section. Then we can talk about it when I'm done with the summary. If you have any question, drop it what on the comment section before I do this what before after I will talk about it after my what after the summary. And join student success hub. The link you see the link on this what on my bio or you can contact me. You see the link for the what for the student success hub. Join student success hub. Subscribe to my Instagram account. Follow my Instagram account. Subscribe to this channel. Turn on our notification. So to round up this, let's do a summary of what we are talking about on the hidden mistake stealing your A's. The hidden mistake stealing your A's. We talk about 9 points. One, not caring about your test scores. I told you that final results having A depend on both test and exam. So you have to take your test very seriously. Ensure you have high score in that test. If it is over 30, ensure you have 24, 25, if it's already or above. If it's over 40, ensure you have 30 something. Ensure you have high test. And even though you don't have that high test score, then be aware that I don't have this test I have done badly in this test. So that will give you that will update you or that will give you the information of I need to prepare very hard for my exam. So don't be very conscious of your test score. That is it. One, not caring about your test score. Two, having low expectation. If you want to have A, you have to aim high. You have to aim high. If your if you know that A is between 70 to 100, you have to aim high. Don't aim for 70. Aim for 100. I gave you the reason why you need to aim for 100. Sometimes people bad results is not due to their unserious. No. Sometimes there are issues that come up when grading the result, when grading the script. But if the issue is -10, if the issue is reducing 10 from everybody mark, reducing 15 from everybody mark, if you aim that 70, you fall to B, you fall to C, or you fall less than that grade. But if you aim for 100, regardless of the issue, that you're going to get that A. You can have 70, you can have 71. So aim high. Avoid that mistake of what? Aiming, having low expectation. Number three is what? Depending only on past question. Depending only on past question. Past question is good, yes, it is good. But prepare for past question, prepare for new question. Lecturer can decide to add new question in your own set. So you get very past question, there is problem. I gave you a story of those the final year doing a particular course that have been repeating past question for about 10 years. Then in their own set, they ask new question. People that are only prepare for past question have issue. They will surely have issue. But as a student, don't just depend on past question. Depend on what? Past question, prepare for new question to have A. Because lecturer can change format anytime. The fourth easy mistake you need to what? That are saying your age I need to avoid is what? Not knowing the lecturer perspective. Not knowing the lecturer perspective. Please don't just answer question anyhow. Know what the lecturer expectation from students. Okay, this lecturer or the lecturer style. This lecturer like you to write more notes. This lecturer like just give me something short. This lecturer like you give. So no, don't about answer. Don't want people have issue. Don't have issue with that. They just answer question anyhow. They will know that okay, this lecturer. Some lecturer that if you give them too much of no, they just cancel it. Understand? So know the lecturer perspective is very important. The what? The fifth any mistake that stealing your age is what? Relying only on your personal knowledge. Don't rely only on your personal knowledge. Discuss topic with others. It has advantages. Discuss topic with others. They will call you, they can give you simple tips. Ah, this is how you can learn this thing very fast in this pattern. You can do it like this in this pattern. You can really learn something that I won't skip in your material already. So don't rely only on your personal knowledge. Try to learn with others. Try with helps. That is the fifth hidden mistake which I talk about relying only on your personal knowledge. Avoid that. And the seventh hidden mistake is what? Missing classes. Class has a lot of advantage. In the class, lecturer can give you exam writing questions. Lecturer will tell you, oh, I want you to answer this. I want you to answer my question in this pattern. Avoid this mistake in exam. Avoid this. Avoid that. So it is very good to attend class. It's very good, actually. It's very good. Number eight, neglecting your speed. Don't neglect your speed. Work on high accuracy and what? And high speed. High accuracy and high speed. Don't neglect your speed. I know that people will have faced situation whereby they will know the exam question, but they could not finish the exam due to time. So they have to practice with time. It's very important. And the last hidden mistake is what? Reading and practicing once. No, that is not the right way. Don't just read the topic and say, I know it and read it once. No, you have to what? Do it repeatedly. That past question, solve it repeatedly. That note, even though you know it or even though that you know that topic already, don't just keep it. Go back to it again because the more you practice, that will help you to remember better. You will not forget in exam. You will not forget in exam. You will not have of oh, I've already seen it before. I can't remember. You can't write that in exam. But if you practice repeatedly, if you read repeatedly, then all these issues will what? You will be able to avoid all these issues. So these are the hidden mistakes stealing your ace. So we end at this particular conclusion on what? The hidden mistake stealing your ace. The hidden mistake stealing your ace. If you enjoy this section, follow, subscribe, and turn on the notification so that you will not miss student hour with Kagos. You will not miss the student hour with Kagos. If you enjoy this section, follow, subscribe, share to your friend so that you not miss this student hour with Kagos. Thank you for showing up and remember A's are not yours. Avoid it's just all these small mistakes and make sure you take note of that. So finally, let's end on this note. Write in the comment section, even though you are watching the replay or you are watching it currently, type in the comment section of this video when I upload the video which particular hidden mistake you are going to avoid or just mention like three top two or top three. I want to know the most common mistake people actually do. So either you are watching the replay or you are watching the live section, comment in this video the hidden mistakes you need to avoid, top two or top three. Thank you for showing up. God bless you. We'll see next week. We'll see next week. And the topic for what? For the next week, student hour with Kagos will be given to you on Student Success Hub. Join Student Success Hub. If you don't have the link, you can just check the WhatsApp channel. Just search for Student Success Hub. You'll see the channel. Join my Instagram, which is what Google Tigers. Subscribe to this channel. Thank you for showing up. God bless you. See you next week, Sunday, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m.